Hello, everyone, and welcome to Guidance from Beyond. I am your host, Reverend Dr. Michelle Walker. I am an international psychic medium. I'm also medical intuitive, and I've been an herbalist for over 35 years. So I work in healthcare um, for, oh my gosh, more years than I want to admit. Um, 35 plus years in healthcare as well. Currently, I work with functional medicine and in psychiatry. I also do addiction medicine and just really trying to get at uncovering our true health issues. That is my goal for sure. And so that's kind of what I've evolved my practices to be. But I do readings all the time. I do medical intuitive readings where my team, we focus really down in on what's going on, body, mind, and spirit. Hi, guys, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just chatting till we get some people up in here. It's nice to see you, Jesse. Where are you guys coming in from? And if you would like a reading, please just stick a heart in the comment, and I will be more than happy to give you some mini reading what Spirit has for you today. Thank you, Courtney. Yes, it's been a lifelong accumulation of skills, if you will. But I love what I do and I love evolving it. And that's the thing. I think always trying to figure out a better way for ourselves, right? So that's kind of how I got into more herbs and holistic kind of medicine and functional medicine before it was a thing. We were really trying to incorporate all of that into a traditional practice. But I like where healthware is going because it's being uncovered for all the craziness that it is. So for those of us that don't access healthcare very often, it doesn't really affect us, but a lot of people it is. So just know there's promising things that are happening in healthcare that we're going to get rid of the old traditional crappy way, if you will. Hi, Brenda. Welcome in, guys. Wisconsin. We got Courtney from Utah. All right, let's get into it. Courtney, my dear. Yes, absolutely. So let's start with Courtney. I jumped with her. So let's see here. Okay, Courtney. Um, Now I'm just to see. I have a lot of young, youthful energy around you, and I'll never be bored. You are so right. There's always something to uncover. There's always a need. You got it, Courtney. When I pop in with you, though, I see a bunch of young energy. It could be children that you have or that you work with of some kind, but I feel you very, very youthful, young energy around you. And I feel like that rely on you for one thing or another. So that could be mom role. It's weird they're bringing it this way. This is interesting. Um, but I feel like you have such a relatable energy with these kiddos. Like you just bring a whole um, beautiful light to what you do, if that makes sense to you. Hi, Paul. Oh, welcome from England. Lovely. Does that make sense, Courtney? I know there's always a delay. I got to give you guys time to respond. So please feel free to interact with me on here. It helps strengthen that connection when you're doing these things. Yes. None of your own, but kids love me. I'm telling you this, even kids in spirit, I feel like there's kids in spirit that just love your energy. And that's maybe why they didn't go right after it was your children. Hello, April. Welcome. But I feel like any work that you do, whether it's through church, whether it's through volunteering, working with children, whatever, you're going to be very successful because you bring your own youthful energy to them that is so relatable. And I know sometimes you don't feel like that, but it is. And there's your validation that they are always attracted to you. It's your vibration, baby. They love that. And they would pick you out of a crowd of someone to trust. So that's a very honorable energy to have, right? That's a good thing that they know. So I feel like for you, some kind of work or hobby that really incorporates children's learning, you would be extremely successful in. They want you to think about that because I feel like you've been thinking about maybe other ways of making money or other things to do with your time and your energy. And this is where they're going with that for you. So obviously, you want to make sure that you choose something that is your passion. As all these changes on the earth are happening, okay, it's hard for us to think that we have options or that we can make big change. But you love it and you love kids. Awesome. With all these changes happening, it's super important that we follow our passion. Okay. So for you, Courtney, this could be whatever hobby you like. How could you teach this to kids? Like one of my friends, I love that she does, she's an artist in many different ways, and she holds children's painting workshops, super, super cheap, sometimes for free. And she has a blast doing them. She loves doing them. And the kids absolutely love it. So I feel like something like that for you, as long as you love it, it's worth doing. But you have so much to share, and it may lead down the road to something more permanent, more in alignment with who you are becoming. But for now, take it as it is. Hi, my dear. Awesome. So I would take it for what it is and find something within your passion, Courtney, and just use your intuition to guide you with that. And I feel like you're going to get such huge success with it. You're going to love it. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to leave that with you with much love. They're just saying, just think about what that passion is for you, and then think about a cool way to make money with it. And I feel like testing it out is going to be super easy. It's going to be super easy for you to get the kiddos to do your passion. So follow that with much love, my dear. All right. So if you guys would like a reading, hi, welcome in. I see Christy's here. I see April and Chris and Kellen. Hello, my dear. Okay. Oh, you have your friend Kellen, Kobe, and Brittany are driving. Okay. And now is Colby driving? I want to know that before we talk about a loved one while you're driving. So we don't want to do that if he's driving right now. Oh, full body chills. You're so welcome, my dear. You are so welcome. That's awesome. Hi, April. If you'd like a reading, please put a heart in the chat for me. All right, my dear. So let's see. We have Jessie Marie, my dear. So let me just tap in with you here. Get your energy. There you are. They're listening. Okay. You're driving, Kellen. Okay. So I will get to you in a moment here because I feel like she's already coming in. She has a lot to say. Sometimes spirits walk in silently, but some just kind of like come in and they have a message. So we're definitely going to get to you guys here in a few minutes. I love working with spirit. This is like the best job ever. I swear. I swear. It is just amazing. Okay. So we got lots of people that want readings. Perfect. All right, Jessie, let me just tap in with you here. Ooh. I'm hearing the words, and you may have, this may have been an actual sentence. Why? You know how it says, God only gives the strongest people the hardest challenges. And I feel like you're saying this and saying, why do I have to be so damn strong in this lifetime? You've been through a lot. I feel like you have this unshakable, undeniable, unmovable energy at your core that you just power through. When it gets bad, like you are the person that is going to dig deep and be able to do what needs to be done and then some. And then some. Ooh, I get chills with that. And then later you fall apart, but you're like, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. But you've had a lot of challenges in this lifetime. They're talking about that now because I feel like you're coming up on another layer. You know, it's that blooming onion, another layer where you get to let go. This is a beautiful thing. I know it feels like a burden, but pay attention because this is such a beautiful thing for you. If you can look at it, you need to look at it like that diamond, a facet on the diamond, right? And right now, you know, you're feeling heavy and you're looking at it like, oh my gosh, again. But look at it as in a different perspective, in a different lens. What are you seeing now that you did not see the last time you had this come up for you? Okay. That's a big one right there. What have you gained? What kind of knowledge? Because it's cycling, because it's bringing it up for you not to stress in it, not to sink in it, but to realize, hey, I've been here many times. What am I learning about myself or this situation or this person that I didn't see before? So, what they want you to do is, hi, Stephanie, welcome. They want you to kind of like take your heart and put it over here because you don't want your emotions clouding this. Okay. They want you to observe like you're a researcher and this is somebody else's dilemma that's occurring. And you need to really look at it. Don't feel into it, look at it. There's a reason, there's a pattern that has been replaying, and this is your golden like I say, a golden ticket to finally, not just another layer, but finally let this stuff go. Okay. That is so, so important, my dear. So think about that. You do not have to divulge any of that here, but they want you to sit with it and look at it. And then when you see it, use your intuition because you're very intuitive and you use your intuition to guide you in daily life. Use your intuition to know what to do next. I do feel that there is a parting of ways of sorts as a revelation from this, but not in a negative. It's more in a, oh, I finally see this. And oh my gosh, okay, I get it now. I understand the back and forth. I understand this now. And I can let this relationship or this aspect of me go. They are also talking about if you're not doing any kind of internal child work, I feel like that's super important for you. And to take that curiosity that you have, that childlike wonder, and yes, oh, that's awesome that you needed that and that you do feel that's happening. It does, my dear. It does. And sometimes it's a scary, scary road when they show that to you, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like it when it has to do with not just yourself, but you have to unwind and untwine your relationship with somebody or your life with somebody. This scary stuff. And moving forward in your own path and in your own heart in the way that you want is what this is all about, right? That's what we're here to do. This is our playground. We like to play fun, but we also like it heavy. As much as we say we don't, we all have chosen really heavy stuff to clear it in this lifetime, or we wouldn't be here right now, right? So for you to move forward into the next step, my dear, trust your guts. You're feeling this. This is your confirmation. Spirit is right there beside you, trying to help you see it. If it helps, write it down. If it helps to go talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. I feel like there's lots and lots of things that you could unwind through, um, like through therapy, through trauma therapy in particular. And honestly, my dear, if you put the work in and do this, I do feel like changes this year, but man, you come out of this so much more centered, grounded, and true to you. That's the key. True to you. You're no longer putting everybody ahead of you. You're no longer doing that. You're still helping everybody and doing all these things, but at your time, your pace, and your first. Let's give her a round of applause. I just got chills on that one, girl. You need to do that. You first. You first. That's what Spirit's asking. Oh, it's going to be so much better for you, my love, on a daily basis if you let go and let God help guide this for you. I'm going to leave that with much love with you, Jessie. Thank you. All right. All right. So let's see who needs a reading next. Brenda, my dear, I have. Okay, let me pop in with Brenda and then we'll move on here. Okay. All right, Brenda. Brenda. Ooh. So Brenda, I love this. I feel like you have a renewed sense of I guess the best word is adventure, right? I feel like you're ready. You've taken some time to do some internal work. You're like, I feel like you're slowly trying to get out there. You know what you want now and why you want it. Does that make sense to you? Like you really you really had to do some deep thinking about these things for yourself. And um, I feel like you really you let an old pattern that was really underpinning all relationships with you. I feel like you've really let that go, and you've really learned a lot about yourself through that. And you did it in a good way. So congrats. That's a hard thing to do and not beat yourself up, right? Like you did a very good job. Spirit is like clapping behind you. And I feel like you did it in a compassionate way, which is just beautiful. And yes, I see October, November is an opportunity. There is a gentleman coming into your life. There may be an opportunity before, but that's where I feel like the strongest. And it's interesting because you're going to find this person literally, I feel like you run into each other at an event of some kind, whether it's a fair or it literally is you out having fun doing you in an event space that you enjoy. You're going to be in joy. And you literally accidentally run into this person, which is so cool. And you both are going to be like, wait a minute, what? And you like look back at each other, take advantage of that, and just like say something to that person. Okay. It's really cute the way that that happens. And it takes both of you off guard, which is great. But it's not till then. But I do feel like there is lots and lots of activity for you. So I also see a new friendship coming forward. So there may be coming up quickly here. You may meet somebody at an event online. I'm not sure where, but but very like-minded to you, very like-minded. And all of a sudden now you have a gal pal that's freed up and wants to go and check out all these things. And oh my gosh, this is just music for your soul. Somebody that is like, I don't want to say she's not a planner, but she is, but she isn't. But it just works out. Like you're gonna be like, hey, I saw this really cool ad. Let's go to this fair or let's go to this. And you will just be like, it just always works out that you guys can get together and go and you have a blast. And it's just silly girl fun. That's what you need, silly girl fun. Oh, you have a wedding soon. So that should be fun. And let me see if that is where you're going to meet the person. I got that wasn't the exact place that you meet this person. No. I asked, is there any way around the wedding that you meet this friend? And they said no. But it's something that's coming up. So trust me, you're going to get a last minute thing come across your Facebook page or something like that, and just go. Even if you're by yourself, go. I feel like you guys will connect instantly. A workshop, some kind of there's all kinds of fairs and events and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like you're saying, man, I just need somebody that's ready to go when I'm ready to go. That's the words I'm hearing. And that's coming in May. So it's coming up here. I think the wedding is until maybe a little later. So there's something before that that you're going to be going to. So be open. Just be open and go with the flow. And if it's something that you enjoy, you're going to have a good time anyway, right? So no, there's no pressure, no hassle, no nothing. Just be enjoy. Um, and roll with it, girl, because I feel like you're just like party girl. Brenda's where the fun is going to be. You're going to just be able to just let loose. You've needed to do that for a while, but this is your season, my dear. Enjoy it. I want to leave that with much love. Hi, Kelly, honey. How are you? Good to see you. All right, let's roll up here. Let's see. Let's go with Kellen here. So we have Colby and Brittany, and Colby's grandmother just passed. Oh, she called him his favorite. He's been seeing her favorite bird, the cardinal, close to his family. And then any messages? Oh, okay. Let me tap in here. All right, Colby, are you with me, my dear? All right, let's go down here. Okay. Make sure that you're in here. Okay. So, would you understand your grandmother to be a woman that I feel like if you gave her a hug, you knew you got a hug. Like she just grabbed you up and just didn't want to let go, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, my dear. That's awesome. Brenda, thank you. All right. Hello, beautiful. All right, Kellen, you got me here. I'm with Colby and his grandma. Oh, you might not be able to respond. Oh, you're driving. Okay. Okay, so let me just give you, if you can respond, please do so in the chat. And I'm just going to give you some of what she has to say. so so Colby, okay, you're listening. So like your grandma, you knew that you got a hug because she just would not let you go. And she's talking about, and I don't know if you have dimples or it was your smile, but man, you melted her. You completely melted her with that smile of yours. And you knew it, she said. She said you knew how to work that with her, and she'd let you think you were working her over. Like you would use that smile for a cookie or for this, and she would say, whatever you want, like you're my favorite, you got it. She helped boost you up some, but she would let you think that you were like getting one up on her, she says. She just loved your energy and you brought a lot of joy to her. Um, I feel like she's saying that maybe she wasn't around as much as she would have liked or wasn't able to do as much as she would have liked, if that makes sense to you. But but she knows that you knew how much you were loved. Like you should never have doubted the love. You know what I mean? Like even if she wasn't there, she made you feel present and important in her life, right? So she is just saying, um, oh, okay. So now is Courtney his girlfriend? So we want to answer this question because I'm getting something for Courtney as well, but I'm not sure the situation. So she's saying, all right, so we're waiting on them to respond here. She's laughing about the relationship with Courtney and that some of what Courtney lets you think you get away with stuff too. And she finds it funny that you play the game, you play that little game. So she just finds it comical, but she finds it very touching as well, right? His wife. Okay. Yeah. Like she really likes Courtney and she likes the dynamic there. Um, because Courtney, she says, he does some shenanigans, but you don't let him get away with the really tough stuff. You call him out on it, and he needs that, she says. So she really loves that about you. But yet, if it's minor, you'll be like, yeah, let him think he got one over on me, and you just let it go, like she would have done, if that makes sense. But she really I think the way she's saying the way that he laughs with you. Hi, Tiffany, honey. Um, it just is touching to grandma. She loves that you make him laugh like a little boy laugh. Do you know what I mean by that? Do- like there's a laugh and then there's a little boy laugh, like that belly laugh, that ornery grin laugh, that whole belly laugh. And she loves that you bring that out in him. She also just wants you to know that she's very proud of you, um Colby. She's very proud of you. She says that, you're a genuine guy with a big heart and you haven't let the world corrupt that soft, kind heart. And she just loves that. She can't speak enough high praise about you. She's like, just continue to ignore the haters and the stress, walk away and be in your peace. There's a situation maybe that you two need to do that in. And even if it's family, she's saying it's okay to find balance within that and find your own peace within that. Okay? Just because your blood and your family does not give an excuse for bad behavior. And if there's a bad behavior occurring, you need to put a stop to it. It's okay, she's telling you. Maybe you would think that she would tell you it's family above all else. And she says it is, but there is always a line to that. Does this make sense to you? And you must protect your own love and peace in your own heart. And if there's an issue that you guys can't reconcile, send it to God and let that be where it needs to be, and work it out if you can. But if it goes against your own peace, she's saying it's okay. It's okay. Always try to take care of family first. And sometimes taking care of family first is also not giving attention to their bad behavior or crossed boundaries and all of that. Do you understand? So you have her blessing to do what needs to be done, even though it's hard. Either way, she wants you to know she's there, she's watching over you, and people always reveal themselves in time. So if it's a situation that they're being a little wonky about, just give them space. If it's a pattern and it's nonstop and they refuse to hear you or respect you or work with you, that's a different story. That's when grandma's saying it's okay to say, here's the line that I'm keeping you at if you still want to be in my life. And if they can't respect that, well, then you have another decision to make. But it wouldn't be unjust. Okay. And then she says, if you haven't been, I feel like you haven't been to church lately. And I feel like she's asking for you to please go ahead and go to church. She wants you need to pray. You need to go within. And I'm going to leave that with you guys with so much love. Trust me, she is just surrounding you. And she is giving you the cardinals to let you know she's around, because she says, I'm not going anywhere. I may be here, but I can still see what's going on. So from time to time, expect me. You'll see me out the corner of your eye. You'll see me in the kitchen. You'll see me here or there. So trust I will still pop in for a while. Okay. But she is in peace. She feels peace. She just wants you, and she doesn't want to say, she goes, I'm not saying who on air. So if you would like to message me privately, I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys. Yeah, she doesn't want to talk on air. She says, we're not going to air that here. So she's been very purposeful with her words, and you would know her to be that way. But she's okay with whatever you need to do. Okay. I'm going to leave that with much love. Thanks, Kellen. All right, guys, let's see. Oh, you guys are so welcome. Let's see who would like a reading next. I'm going to scroll around. All right, let's see. Do we still have April? Are you still here? If you're here, put in a note down at the bottom for me, please. If you guys would like a reading tonight. Thank you, Keith. Good to see you. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Thank you very much. Yes, Colby says thanks. Oh, you're so welcome, my dear. Absolutely. All right. Oh, there's April. All right, my dear. So let's tap in with you and see what's going on. Yep. If you guys want a reading, put in a heart in the chat for me so I can pick you out easily. All right. Let's get into April. All right, April. As soon as I tap in with your energy, my dear, I see this beautiful owl pop up. And, an owl is about wisdom and also protector. And I feel like, well, you're new. Thank you guys so much for coming in. All right. So, April, owls are also very wise beings. And I don't know if you like owls or not, but this one is coming up very strongly as in a protective space. So I had asked permission. Hi, welcome. I asked permission to continue and we got an okay. But it was pretty cool. I haven't seen an owl pop in like, what are you doing in this space? Because I'm always in that space. So it's pretty cool. So that tells me that you might be an intuitive working in the in between space. Oh, maybe in some kind of um, healthcare or something where people are what I call the in between space, where uh, you're not quite in spirit and you're not quite here, and you're doing work and doing all those kind of things in the in between. So, intuitives, we work in that space. In healthcare, sometimes we work in that space. Death doulas like me, we work in that space. But I feel like you're working in that space with this owl, which was kind of interesting. I don't know if that makes any sense to you or not, but yeah, I don't know what that's. I can't read what you put in there. Okay. You don't know. I don't. Maybe that's an I don't know. Okay. Well, if not, then that's what this owl is bringing up. So if you're not working in that space, perhaps. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, so for you, you might understand it as your dream state, as you're working in your dream state. You can have very prophetic dreams. Um, Yes, it's I love how spirit works. They always show it in different ways because I said, "Well, she doesn't understand what you're talking about." And they said you would have understood it with as far as the dream state. Okay. Hi, Shirley. Welcome in. Hi, Lori. We got Patsy. We got Tiffany, Caitlin. Welcome, guys. It's so exciting to see you guys here. Um, so there's just saying to continue to attention to your dreams, especially dreams of maybe people. So you understand it as the dreams. So you actually, what's really cool that you didn't know is that you're in the in between space when you're having these prophetic dreams, and you actually like conversations that you're actually having with somebody in spirit or your one of your guides or whoever. You're actually within that space, which not everybody that's in dream state is in that space. So that's super cool for you. Sometimes that means that you're super intuitive, but either afraid or shut it down, or you don't really think of yourself that way. I know a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I'm not really intuitive. I'm like, really? Like, yes, everybody's intuitive to varying degrees, but you really have that. I feel like maybe it's something that you haven't harnessed or thought that you had that gift, but you do. So sometimes spirit works with us in our dream state where we're more receptive to it. So pay attention to that. If there's a prophetic vision or dream about somebody passing away, I feel like you're going to know that and you may talk to them in spirit. You may have that conversation. So if that occurs for you, reach out to that person or the family member or somebody because that may be before they pass, before they leave the earth plane. Sometimes they reach out in that space. Okay. So there's ways that you can learn to develop it. Um, Whether you ever want to be working and giving messages isn't the point. Everybody can develop their intuition to help them in their daily life. So that's something that Spirit's saying would be very helpful for you to help understand because sometimes dream interpretation books only get you so far. And I feel like you're reaching out to other people going, well, what do you think that meant? Or what do you think that meant? Because we're always trying to make sense of what's happening to and around us. So maybe this is also a call for you to begin to develop your intuition a little bit more and to be able to use it more in your wakeful life as well. I feel like it would serve you really well no matter what you're doing. Does that make any kind of sense for you? You got a wow, that's awesome. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's awesome to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. April, is this making sense to you? You have vivid dreams every night. Hey, that's awesome. Yes, it's very interesting. Well, I feel like you're about to have another very prophetic dream, very very soon, and this is going to give you some guidance in a new direction. You're looking for, trying to figure out like kind of what's next for you, and I feel like your divine team really wants to help you, but you're not hearing them, or you're not trusting it, and that's okay. We all go through that. Trust me, we all go through that. So pay attention to things that show up more than once. So you may hear this today, and then boom, you're going to have a prophetic dream in the next couple days about something. Doesn't always have to be about someone passing. It can be about a new opportunity, a new job, a new this, a new that. Who knows? It can be anything, but pay attention to it and put the energy in towards that, because I feel like that, is going to be one of the best ways to prove to yourself that it's legit, because you need proof, which that's okay. I'm a very healthy skeptic and I demand proof as well. So make sure that you ask for that if that's what it's going to take for you to learn to trust that. And then begin to the dialogue with your team to say, hey, all right, you told me this and that happened. That's super cool. Well, let's try it this way, or bring me more. Let's do more. Ask for it, it will come. Trust me. Just be careful what you ask for because they will deliver. So if you don't want to be doing it, don't ask for more. um, but I do feel like your life is beginning to shift, and you're getting into this more intuitive aspect of who you are. Yep, you've been wondering what's next for you. And so this is their validation that, really tapping in with your own intuition, your own gut instincts, and harnessing those tools to use in your daily life is going to be, you're going to start to see things. For learn how to meditate, learn what you want to build your intuition. Here's a workshop. You're going to just start seeing signs. So I always play the I wonder game and go, well, I wonder what'll happen if I go take this. And I wonder what'll happen if I go do that. And I just start following the yellow brick road wherever it leads me. And I can tell you, it's always a fun, crazy place to go, and it's always worth it. So you may be like, my whole family's like, we never know what you're going to say next. I'm like, me either, man. I don't know where they're going to take me and do next, but I have to be up for the challenge because it's always fun. It's always worth it. And it's always for my highest good. So trust the yellow brick road that they lay in front of you, and just take the first step and see how you feel. So, oh, I feel like it's just an exciting time for you. But with it, that excitement, it brings up stuff that challenges you as well. So we have to have a good way of dealing with those things. Like for a lot of intuitives, it brings up fears, right, of being persecuted. A lot of intuitives that I've known over the years, a lot of us, we shut it down when we were younger because we got punished, or we had negative consequences, when people didn't understand. And the world wasn't always like it is now, where we can have these shows. My gosh, I talked about spirit when I was in grade school and got into a whole lot of trouble. So you just have to be careful back then, but now it's open. So you're open to and free to explore. Do it. I encourage you to do it. But yep, this whole year is just one thing after another of just fun. So follow that path and see where it leads you. Who knows? It might lead you up into Lilydale, New York. If you haven't been up there, maybe that's where you're heading. There's all kinds of workshops and things to learn, or the Edgar Casey Institute. Maybe you're heading there. That's what I'm seeing. So there's lots of things. So have a little bit of fun and a childlike wonder, and it will be an adventurous year for you, my dear. And I'm going to leave that with much love. Awesome. That's awesome. I like when they tell you that, because I promise you it is fun. I promise you it is fun. All right, let's see here. We got follow it with the open mind. That's all you can do. And just allow spirit to show you what they want to show you, because there's lots they want to show you right now. So it's all that's fun. It is a fun path, I promise you. It's often crazy and weird, but it's so much fun and a lot of joy with it. All right, let's see here. All right, Stephanie, I got Stephanie in here. Are you still with me, my dear? Let me know in the chat, and we'll tap in and we'll see what's going on. I know there's a delay, but I want to make sure I give you guys an, oh, there's Stephanie. Awesome. All right, my dear. So let me see here. Let's tap in. So as soon as I tap in with you, my dear, I got a whole lot of, I got, I got girl power. Woo, girl power is what I got. And I actually see like, oh my gosh. No, it's not. Um, all right. They're showing me this picture and I don't know who they are. So it's some cartoon where they're dressed up and it's like girl power is what I get out of this. Is it's like there's four girls. I think four girls. Right now you got three. You got three. But I don't feel like the next one is a child for you. I got no. So this is another girl energy coming in. Maybe friend as the fourth girl power. And oh, is there Powerpuff Girls? Powerpuff Girls is what they're saying. I just heard it. Is that a thing? You would know. You would know this one. But that's what I heard. Powerpuff Girls. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I love it when they tell me stuff I don't have any clue about. But what I get with the energy, my dear, is like the solidarity. It's like you guys were meant to be with each other. There is just so much good around it. It is like we got each other's backs. We got like, even though the kiddos are young, like it's going to be like just a solid unit. And it's so cool for you because you kind of had that, but you kind of don't have that. And you've not had it to this degree, right? Right? You've not had it to this degree. It is just beautiful, actually, the power that you guys can bring together. And And it's really cool because I got with both of your girls, you got 2 girls. And of course, you're gonna have the sibling stuff. That's all gonna be there. But when the 3 of you come together and talk about a topic, or the 3 of you come together and try to help one of you, it is extremely powerful. So use it. Teach them this every day. Every day, sit down before bed and have a conversation about your day. Help reframe their day into a positive aspect for them. So even if it was a hard lesson that they had to learn, help them see themselves through positive lens. This is a very powerful triad for manifesting. So this is super cool. I haven't seen this before for you. But you have to build it every day. You have to build it every day, my dear. You have to kind of teach them that before we go to bed, we're going to have girl time and make it brief, short. Just ask about their days or about whatever situation, and then make sure they feel like a better way about it before they go to bed, putting them in a more positive mindset. So, like, here's an example of what they're saying. Like with your oldest and friends, like they're always going to have drama. But if someone says something bad and it makes her feel bad about herself, so you can say, okay, well, why did that make you feel bad about yourself? And how can we feel good about this situation? What could you have said in that situation? Like how can they learn coping? They need coping, but they also need it in a healthy way, right? So that's also very important um that they learn that. And when I'm seeing is around age 10, 11 for both. Man, oh man, when you guys sit down to talk, it is like manifesting. It's crazy. It's a very powerful tool for manifesting. So you guys can actually start to not just talk about your day, but when they get a little bit older and you're talking about friends and they're talking about, well, we're going to talk about colleges and we're going to talk about what that looks like and what that feels like. And, why would you want to go here? Like you can play like this, but it's training their brains to looking for the positive. But when you guys do it together, and you sit down and say one says, "Hey, I want to go take gymnastics." Then you all can visualize gymnastics and see them doing it and ask about how it feels and get them so engrossed in it that you just see positive success. It's a powerful tool for your kiddos to help embody them into whatever their interests are or wherever spirit's leading them. Um, so it's you can make it super fun. Even at the ages that they're at now, they can start. So, oh, here's what I was seeing was like a pampering. Like we're gonna do a little pampering at that sister time too. Not just talk, but maybe you put lotion on their hands or on their body or whatever, whatever. You, I'm sure, can come up with some fun stuff to make it so that everybody wants to be there. I want that. I want someone rubbing lotion all over me before I go to bed, right? Like you want to like nurture body, mind, and spirit. But I feel like, girl, these girls are going to manifest a whole lot of joy um, in your life as well. They're saying, don't worry about work. Work is building. It's going to build in a different kind of way. And I feel like whatever's going on right now with work, I feel is good. Like it's going to something's going to build from that. So trust the process. And then I'm hearing get into the earth, my dear, whether that's gardening, whether it's just being outside and playing barefoot in the grass. You need to ground down your energy. Yeah. All right, Steph, that's what I got for you, my dear. I'm going to leave that with much love. Hi, Pressure. Hi, honey. Oh, hey, beautiful. This is a birthday girl here. How are we? I hope you're doing good, Cheyenne. Let's see here. Oh, let's go up. And let's see. All right. We can probably get one more here. And then Cheyenne, I'm going to get you before you leave. You're hanging in there. All right, girl. All right. Let's see. We got Tiffany. I got Tiffany. Is Tiffany still in the room? Let me go back up and grab Tiffany for a reading. If she's here, and then I'm going to get you, Cheyenne, before we close out. Yes, tell the birthday girl she needs some love. That one. I feel birthday. This is your birthday, right? I don't know why I'm saying it's your birthday. I think it's your birthday. It's right around your birthday. There's Tiffany. I guess I probably should have asked you that, huh? I'm just trusting what Spirit said. All right, Tiff is here. All right, my dear. Let's see. Let's tap in. Oh, Tiffany. Oh, I'm sorry. I got Tiffany Toms is who I was going for. Your birthday was the 15th. Okay. Well, happy belated birthday. Spirit came right out with it. As soon as I saw your name, they're like, happy birthday. Awesome. Well, happy belated birthday, my dear. Okay, Tiffany Toms. For you, darling, I feel like you got a renewed sense of energy. I feel like you finally turned off a thought pattern that had you stuck, and you just said, I'm done with this. Like you commanded that to the universe. How awesome is that? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I feel like a renewed sense of it. And it has helped you like be more sure and confident in what you're doing. And but at the same time, I feel like that, well, there is a part of you that still has that anxiety and like, oh, am I doing everything the right way? And like you still have a little bit of that, but you flipped the negative talk off, which is awesome. Which is awesome. That's a lot of hard work right there, girl. And I feel like it's reflecting in your frequency, it's reflecting in just your energy, right? I do feel like spirit wants you to take it a step further, like keep building on the momentum. And I like that you're doing some kind of work for yourself now, right? Like you're behind something that you believe in, which is awesome. And it's going to be very successful for you because you believe in it and it brings you the that restored I don't want to say energy again, but it's almost like it helped restore your faith within your own body and your own ability to shift things, right? So awesome. And that's going to continue to build. So yes, it is viable financially, but I also feel like there's going to be something else that comes in as yet another kind of stream of income that you're going to find. So be open to that. But I feel like it's not to replace by any means. It's just going to enhance. So that's super cool. And this might be in the way of like maybe not med bed, but in the way of like maybe some device. Um, Infrared mat or something that kind of makes sense to stack with what you're doing, if that makes sense. um yeah, so I feel like there's lots of new and exciting things that are going with that. Remember to stay centered and grounded. It takes time to build, but I feel like it catches on pretty quick. Also, I feel like I feel like a trip is coming up in the fall for you. And this might be like a reward kind of trip. Like, I don't know if what you're doing, like, you can win prizes, but I feel like that kind of what it seems like. Um, so that actually looks really cool. So, if you haven't already heard, maybe that's something that's coming forward. But I do feel like it's around something like around some kind of work that you have this trip. And like I said, there's that new opportunity, which is super cool. Um, and that's going to take you a little bit of time to like experiment with and move forward. But it's cool, whatever this device is, because I feel like you like me, like we know that the traditional healthcare is not hasn't been helping people in so long, and we just lost our I lost my drive for it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's so hard to try to do something you don't believe in anymore. And I mean, everything has a place, but my focus has shifted a lot, and I feel like yours has. And so, like, it's hard to find your footing when what you've known and how you've worked for so long is shifting a lot, right? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So it's, like I used to love being out there, like pushing all the limits, and like I was the only person that, in the whole town that like knew how to integrate herbs with medicine safely, and I mean, somebody has to be the boundary pusher, but man, is that exhausting. Like, whoever I gave that reading earlier, yes, like, why do you have to be so strong, Jess? Why? Like, come on. Like, why do we always have to push all the boundaries? Why can't we just play in the fun of all the other stuff and actually heal people? So I feel like you're you're feeling all of that too. And it's okay. They're saying it's okay because honestly, they want us in our passions. And if you're not passionate about it, we can't stay in things any longer. It's just never going to work. You just can't do it. It's our frequencies, everything has to be in alignment with our souls. And so for everybody listening, if you're not doing what you love, then find a way to do what you love. Now, that might be like I did, where I started my herbal business almost 40 years ago. And I've been working with herbs and, slowly built the apothecary, and I do things through that. But healthcare has always been my bread and butter, and multiple different ways, right? So you can still work your passions if it's not paying enough to pay your bills. So there's always a way to work your soul's needs, those outlets. Will it change? Will it flip? God only knows how they're going to work you and where you need to be. But we need to be in alignment with our passions. So if it's not passion, we gotta move on and start playing within our passions. So they're really excited that you found that for you. This lit a fire. And I feel like when you went into this, Tiff, you weren't even sure that that was what it was going to do. And you were so pleasantly like, oh my gosh, like, it's awesome. Like, you were like taken aback. I love when that happens. So keep following it. They're going to show you some other things coming up this year. So that's going to be really, really good. You're right. You got to find your joy, man. You have to follow it. Yeah. So Tiff, I feel like there's more to learn and more things coming this year. And you're going to be from multiple streams bringing in money. So the money's flowing. It's just you have to want to be in that. And so the things that you will call in, they're going to manifest pretty quickly. That's awesome. Good for you, girl. That's awesome. Yep. And you're going to be mentoring people, which you're very good at doing. So if you thought that the manager role was gone, nope, think again. But this will be more in your passion, which is super cool. But yes, you're still in a leadership kind of role. So that will always kind of find you because you have a lot to learn and you have a great way of teaching. So that will come forward. We can't get away from it for too long. It always reels us back in because it's part of your purpose. So remember, you can't you can't get rid of it completely because it is part of your purpose, but you can do it in the areas that you love. Like I don't do a whole lot of teaching anymore. I love doing it, but I've been very, very busy. But do I still teach with the apothecary? Heck yeah, I love doing that. And I love doing teaching, but you're one person, right? Like we need I need to clone myself just to do all the things I want to do, all my passions, right? Same with you, Tiff. Like they're coming. There's a lot of different ones that are going to come this year too. So that's even super cool. So you have to let me know what they are. Um, and you're building a network, my dear. So this is super cool. You're building a network to help you, um, which will serve you in the future too. So I'm going to leave that with much love. And Cheyenne, before we go, I just want to give you this spirit is so I have a woman in spirit. It feels like mom energy coming forward, giving you a big hug and saying, this has been a hell of a couple years. And they feel like um, you're just starting to have a little bit of happiness in that heart. And I feel like it's just a lot of spinning energy. You're kind of still going through it, but you're starting to find a little bit more joy and heart and love for yourself. This past 1 to 2 years have been a whole lot for you to learn. You put up with a lot of crap, she's saying. And it's time to heal. It's time to let go. It's time to just fall in love with you. Stop listening to the haters and stop listening to it. Don't take it so personal. And they know that. That's why they do that. So you have to just go, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. Opinions are like assholes and everybody's got one, but you can keep that opinion right there. I'm not going to allow that here. And I always think about this different people that I've heard. There's been this one particular Tibetan monk and Bruce Lee. Both kind of had similar philosophy on you can say whatever you want, it can happen, you can whatever, but I'm not going to give you the attention. I'm not feeding that, I'm not fueling that, and I'm not going to acknowledge that. I'm going to stay right over here in my own peace and not move. And you get like that stare, like you're like, I'm happy, you know? Um, and that's what they're asking you to work for and work towards is finding that peace within yourself, within your heart, and knowing that I know what you're saying is absolutely false, and you're entitled to think and feel however you want. I'm not owning that. Period. Period. No is a complete sentence. Nope, not having that. And just smile. Okay. Well, whatever you think, you're entitled to it. Bye. And walk away. Get away from it. It's at that point where you know it's not going to change. It's not going to get better. It's not, those things are past. And so it's really about now is rebuilding you and knowing the person that you are at your soul level. Now, that being said, now do we all have positive and negative? Heck yeah. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. Are you perfect? Absolutely not. But you are perfect in so many ways. And so you have to acknowledge all of your strengths, all of your weaknesses, all of the beauty that makes you you. We love all of it. All of it. The good, the bad, the ugly. We love all of it. You need to learn to love all of it. And I'm telling you, I know that's hard. I know that is hard, especially when you have these past people that have programmed you and just exposed you to trauma over and over and over. Trust me, I I know. I'm just going to put it that way. I know. And there's a reason that some people have not moved forward in my life with me because of that, because they were those ways. And it was time to let them go in love, though, in love. Just because they're family does not give them excuse for their behaviors and to be the way that they have been being. And you have to create the boundary and then hold the line. And if they can't respect boundaries, then they need to be stepped back. I feel like mom's giving you permission. It's been over time, girl. It's time. And she's just like, she's saying, damn it. And she's like pounding down. It is time. Like, enough is enough. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. And she's just like saying that over and over. Enough is enough. It's time to heal. And it's time to get back to you, that fun girl that likes to just live life. Okay. And if you get a hold of me, my dear, I hope that makes sense for you. And I wish you all the best in this. I know how tough relationships can be, and trying to get out of a very negative one can be, but you have people that love you and or will help you, and you deserve to have a fun, happy life, my dear. All right, I'm going to leave this with so much love with you. It's hard. Oh yeah, they agreed, ma'am. Agreed. It is really hard, but they know how to manipulate. They know exactly what to say, exactly what to do, exactly how to get to you. They know that. So you have to say, this is the game. They know my weaknesses. They know who to use against me. They know what to say, that I'm going to be doing that in my head over and over and over. You have to identify the game. Once you know all their game moves, it's easier. They're going to target this. They're going to attack you at this. They're going to go for the jugular on this, right? When they're doing those things, that's all they got. So they're going to use what they got, right? That's all they got. So if you don't give any fuel to any of that, and you don't own any of that, you heal those aspects, there's nothing to use against you. Right? There's nothing to use if you heal everything that they bring up that brings you those feelings, and you really sit with it, talk to a therapist, heal that. They got nothing. That game move is now gone. Now they only have 4. Now, next, what do you want to throw at me next? Because I'm going to work on that and I'm going to heal that, and you got nothing. But it's all working for you because you're doing it for you, not to give them less ammunition. You're working it because you need to, right? Oh, my darling. I surround you in so much love. You got this. I promise you, you got this. And there is just so much love and joy on the other side of this. You got this, girl. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining tonight. And I want to thank all that got their readings. If you didn't have a reading, I'm sorry, but please come back. We're here every Wednesday night. Thank you, my dear. And we're here every Wednesday night, and we will give readings to as many people as we can. Much love. And I will see you next week. Namaste.